Welcome to another game of Dominion. Let's take a look at this board. This is a Colony Platinum game. It has Chapel for trashing, so we can sort of ignore the other trashing. It's got Old Witch for draw, it's got Vault, it's got Diplomat. It actually only has Diplomat as the only village. It's got Travelling Fair for buys, and Silk Merchant and Forager and Messenger. It has Gardens. So I guess it's Chapel Fool's Gold, really. Like, what is better than that? Chapel's Fool Gold with some Old Witch? I think that's literally all we can do. And what I can do is, if I get the Chapel next turn, I can top deck it. It would have been best to get 4 on my first turn, so I could immediately top deck the Chapel. I don't know if I can really... What would I need to do to get Village Effect from Diplomat? I would basically have to trash something with Forager, because there's no other way to get my hand below 4. Yeah, I could have seen Gardens as competitive, but I think you have to Fool's Gold into Platinum and do that instead. But I definitely like top decking a Chapel here with Travelling Fair. I will, of course, top deck it so that it doesn't miss the shuffle. My opponent, I would be surprised if they didn't do the same. Wow, they went for Talisman. Well, we will see how this goes. Even if they go for Gardens, I would like to use Old Witch anyway. With Talisman, I assume that's what they're doing, or they really are just going all out on Fool's Golds. There's no point in me top decking a Fool's Gold. Do I still want the Talisman? Not really. Because ultimately I just want lots of Platinums rather than Fool's Golds. I feel like Fool's Golds are just the best way to get up to Platinum. They really are going for Diplomat, so this will be interesting. Let's see what they do. Because like maybe at some point when I have a lot of Platinums, I will just trash the Fool's Golds again. I'm unsure. Here it's definitely Old Witch. Still, my opponent not going for Chapel is interesting. Talisman doesn't trigger on Gardens, right? Correct. So they've Messenger Gardens, so they really are going for Gardens. The alternative is that I Travelling Fair and get the Fool's Golds, but no, I will just use the Old Witch. Do I Chapel here? I think I do. I think that's better than playing the Old Witch right now. And just end my turn. And then, of course, I Chapel again, and I get to buy. Do I want a second Old Witch? With 3 Fool's Golds, which I believe I have, that is actually enough to hit Platinum. But I'm actually not sure if that's what I have. I haven't counted properly. How many Fool's Golds have I bought? I could count. That seems boring for me to do, but I probably should. Yeah, I do have 3, so it'll just be another Old Witch. Right, this will be a Fool's Gold, because I will have trashed all my starting cards. Yep. So my opponent just going to keep messengering me Gardens for fun. Or they're just going to take all the Fool's Golds. Well, you see, they're taking the Fool's Golds, but their turns are not going to be very good. Whereas here, I get straight to Platinum. And I can just now Platinum a couple of times, and then just go for Colony. And I only really need 1 per turn. Am I even going to bother with a buy? Probably not. unless I get messengered one of these cards, I may never bother picking one up. I mean, Silk Merchant seems okay, but is it likely to do much? Not really. Like, if I pick it up and then I draw with Silk Merchant, well, so what? You know, I don't see it as a big deal. I could just go straight for Colony, honestly. Like, oh, what I'll do is I'll buy this. I will buy a platinum. And then I can buy something for. So actually, I will get the Silk Merchant, even if I only use it for the villager. But I won't top deck it. I won't top deck either of them. Could think about trashing my Fool's Golds now. You know what? I will. Let's see if I get an Old Witch. Yeah, brilliant. I already had enough for Colony in my hand. So what's my opponent going to do? They're just going to try and empty piles before I can do much. I am just going to start colonying now. I mean, I'm at no risk of pile outs, and the gardens are just not going to be worth very much. Like, my opponent's deck, it's just filled with cards that they just aren't going to play. Like, I'm unsure what they're hoping to achieve here. Of course, my Old Witch trigger their diplomats. Here, I will play the Silk Merchant. I will end the... Will I end the actions? What's in my discard? There's a Chapel and a Fool's Gold. 10, 15, 16. I could get up to 20, 22. Yeah, you know what, let's do it. And we will take 2 colonies before they have a chance to start messing stuff up for me. I actually wouldn't mind Silk Merchants at this stage. I could even just stop playing the Old Witches just to make my opponent's deck really bad with all these diplomats. I guess Silk Merchant was better than Old Witch in the end. And they have 3 curses. Well, I do like the curses on them. Like, these gardens are just not competitive at all. This is fine. This is a colony. That works for me. How much money is this? 6. What do I get with 6? Do I just get a gold? I've got a talisman. Do I get 2 more Silk Merchants? Possibly. Because I would like the villagers, but I also wouldn't really like to throw that many terminals into my deck. I guess the gold is arguably more useful, but you know what, I think right now I will do this. I mean, it's actually okay for me to start emptying piles, right? I could start emptying Silk Merchants. No, I shan't discard. Like, if I use my talisman to empty Silk Merchants and then empty the gardens, or even the diplomats, like, I will end the game far before my opponent can do anything, and I have just so many points compared to them. Like, especially now, if this is what they're going to do. Like, maybe that is what I want to do. Like, well, it doesn't matter. They have resigned, but that's what I was going to do. With this turn, I could 1, 2, 3, 4 buys. Because I've got the talisman, that would have been it. That was game over. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show you that because my opponent resigned. Actually, what I will do... I will continue with bots. And I will just show you the end of my turn here. Sorry about that, Omaster68. I did just end on you, which is a bit cheeky, I suppose. But here, you see, that left me with another 4, but that is the end of that game. Yeah, so Gardens can't really compete with the Colonies, even though there was... it didn't seem like there was much going on with no village. Fool's Gold's very good, and with Platinum also very good to hit Colony. Alternative VP just can't compete with Colony when it's possible to get it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that game, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.